Hello, 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 and welcome to the Nursery Rhyme Challenge. Today we are going to talk about something, and you can guess what song. It's quite a popular nursery rhyme song. Just checking if my sound works. Hello? Yes, it does. And this song is obviously about some pond and some birds. And it's 5 of them. Ready? So I like this tune because it's quite cool, and it's got, of course, a lot of learning involved about nature, about this particular animal, ducks, and also oral language, phonological awareness. But today we're also going to talk about possible extensions that are felt boards and puppets, and we're going to talk about games related to this song. Ready? So as always, I'm going to play this song. I'm just using my joystick so you can see my ukulele. That's better. Yeah. All right. Yes, this way you will see my ukulele as well. Five little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. Four little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. Three little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. Two little ducks went swimming one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. Oh no! 1 little duck went swimming one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but none of the little ducks came back. 1, 0. Mother duck went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and all the little ducks came back. All the 5 little ducks came back. Happy ending. So this is a great story to start with. So there are characters, 5 little ducklings and mommy. And there is a story that has beginning, middle part, and the end. And as you can see, it's a happy end, but you can change this the way you want. You can actually stop in the middle and ask them to guess where did they go, what happened, and children might have some different ideas. So before we delve into learning, I want to show some of the chords. Okay, so let's focus on my ukulele for a little bit, and then I'll switch it back to my face. So we need G, so you probably know G by now. 5, So, and this song you actually can play like this, like in a country style. This is called finger picking. 5 little ducks went. Now we switch to C. Out one day, and then back to G. Day. Let's start with simple chords first, and then we'll add this country pattern, okay? So 5 little ducks went, then C, swimming one, back to G, day, then back to C. Oh, you can say over the hill, and D7, far away, back to G. G, mother duck said quack, and then C, quack, quack, quack. And you can go to D, or you can go back to G, but D makes it more interesting. Only 4 little ducks came, and back to G, back to G. So, to play country, you pick a chord and you use your thumb and then these 2 fingers, then thumb, and then these 2 fingers. And the best way to practice is with this chord G. 5 little ducks went out one day. Oh, oh, oh. It's a bit hard like this. 5 little ducks went out one day. Oh, over the hill and over the hill. No, I don't like this country. Let's just go with a normal one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. Yeah, this works better. And I'm playing down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. If I slow down, it's gonna be like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. 5 little ducks went out one day. This is a switch between G and C, so you need to make it fast. If you don't want to switch, you can always keep playing, but it's gonna be a little bit more boring. 5 little ducks went out one day. You see, that's the switch. As I was saying before, if you feel that it's too much for you to change chords and you're just only learning, you can always do down, 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 such as 5 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. So if this works for you, you can always start with this simple one before you move on to. Or you can play it this way, it's also country. 5 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. So that's the song. And now about extensions. So as we always pick those songs, it's only 3 chords in most of them. And it's pretty easy to play, so if you are new. So here is my own felt board that I made. So if you want to see how to make it, I have a tutorial on it. So it's pretty easy to make and use it for ages. So you can actually make 2 different ones, like let's say one neutral color, one blue. Alternatively, pick something white, and then you can add landscape to it, right? So, but I found this color is pretty good for for presentations, because you can take it anywhere and it's not getting super dirty like the white one I had. So this is mother duck. Yes, so pretty easy to make. So I downloaded the template online and just traced felt and then used glue, PVA, to put it together this way. So felt that you can buy anywhere. So you can actually add sometimes Velcro at the back, so it will stick better. So look at this one. So this one has Velcro, and it sticks really well. My ducks do not have Velcro, but I probably will put them now because it's actually holding much better than nothing. Yeah, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, chicken over there. And that's how you can either start performing this song, especially for babies and toddlers. You can start with 5 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said, and then they all have to go over the hill and far away. And then Mama duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 4 little ducks came back. And then you can emphasize counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why it's important, if you remember, to use your fingers when you count and make sure that children follow 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's one-to-one correspondence and that's numeracy. This is how you teach real counting skills as opposed to rote learning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what they usually do. So then you remove one more and it's 1, 2, 3. Then one more and it's 2, and then one more and it's 1, and then you remove all of them and it's none. So you introduce the concept of 0. So that's why this is a great counting song. And when they all come back, this is basically subtraction and addition. Yes, so that's one of the major learning of a lot of counting nursery rhymes. Another thing you can do while you have those ones, you can actually print out pictures of real ducks. Like, for example, this chicken, looks more realistic than my ducks. Yeah, so this chicken looks more realistic than my ducks. And you can actually print out very beautiful pictures of different types of ducks around the world. Or for what it's worth, local ducks as well. And then you can ask children questions. What do they know about ducks? Right? Like, what do they look like? What color are they? So they might say that ducks are, let's say, yellow. And then you will discover that some ducks are not yellow at all. They might have rainbow colors. They might have, like, let's say, brown, a little bit of green. Their feathers might be like mix of colors. Yeah, so, and then you can introduce different language that is related to feathers as well. Another possible extension is to ask if children have any experience feeding ducks. What do we feed ducks with? A lot of children might be encouraged by parents to feed ducks with bread, and then you can kind of talk about looking after wildlife. What's the best food for ducks? What do they eat in real life, in nature, in the wild? And then discuss what is best care for animals in terms of ethics of care. So introduce nature pedagogy as well and posthumanism, so that ducks and we share spaces. So we need to be gentle and respectful of ducks as well. I don't know if you want to even raise the topic of shooting and hunting. I usually try to avoid it personally, but if it comes up, you can always talk about it as well in a way that is interesting for children, in terms of, is it okay to hunt? Why do we need hunting for? And again, going back to sustainability, only to get food or sometimes to control population, but not for fun. Obviously, it's not really respectful or ethical. But on more interesting topic about ducks, you can point out at life cycle of the ducks, which is quite similar to chicken that they probably know, and they might have ducks in the center. So in the center, I worked in one center. We had ducklings, and then they grew up quite big ducks, and we would go to duck yard and we'll watch them feed them, sometimes chase them around, as children do. But that would be the discussion to have with them, that ducks also get scared. We also need to point out at how ducks move. So, for example, they waddle. Yes, so and you can introduce this movement in your movement time, and encourage everyone to pretend to swim or walk like ducks, waddle, and pretend to have flipped or webbed foot. You can also show them pictures of webbed food and say that our fingers actually are quite similar sometimes, and maybe find those connections between animal world and human world as well. Another thing you can talk about is words. Remember this word that was hard for me to pronounce, onomatopoeia? So that's when quack, quack, quack is imitating the sound of the animal. So here is a good example of quack, quack, quack. You can write it down on the whiteboard or have it printed out, and then you can ask children what other words like this they know. And it could be cuckle, cuckle doodle doo. And then it could be woof, woof for the doggy, and many other words they might know. But then you can use this as a great point for comparing languages. For example, I was always telling children that, let's say, kuckle doodle doo is different. In Russian, we say kukariku. Yeah, or if you, let's say, hear quack quack, so in Russian it's kryak kryak. And then because of these curiosities and differences, I started to ask people in different languages, what does this sound? Especially my students, they tell me a lot. And it's quite interesting that the same thing sounds different in different languages. So we do use this way to describe sounds that animals make, or I don't know, devices make in a different way. All right, so the game that I promised. So this game is called Duck Duck Goose. So this is how I'm gonna explain it. So let's pretend that this is a circle, okay? And you have, let's say, someone who is walking around. Yes, so let's say it's a teacher. All right, so let's pretend that these are all children sitting in a circle. So you walk around and you touch gently on top of their head, and they sit there sitting down, crouching, and you say duck, 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 goose. Yes, so if this person is a goose, let's say, they have to stand up and run around the circle while you are chasing them, and they have to sit in the same spot where they were. So if you touch them before they made it to the spot, they become it. And then they start walking around and they say duck, 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 goose. Then this person starts to run around and back to their spot. And if they got caught, so they become it. So it's a fun and easy game to play with your children, with preschoolers, in your family daycare. You don't need a lot of people, so just a few. And it's fun and amazing. Finally, I would be talking about water tables. So I would set up a water table with either rubber ducks or feathers to see and explore physics, or STEM as we call it, so science, technology, engineering, and math. And see whether some things are floating, some things are sinking. I would also look at feathers in terms of that they, why do they swim actually? Why do ducks swim so well? Because of their web feet, they move really well and they land on water. But it's because of their feathers, and in particular fat, they are actually floating and not getting cold. So this opens up a lot of ideas and possibilities for inquiry-based learning, and you can start drawing mind map on what do we know about ducks, what do we want to learn about ducks, how do they move, what are different names, what different species are there, the most beautiful ducks, what's the smallest duck, what's the biggest one, and who are the predators, etc., etc. So this really is opening up a line of inquiry for us, and it's all because of the simple nursery rhyme that you can use for babies, toddlers, preschoolers, and even school-age children. I hope you enjoyed learning a new one. So now you have 20 nursery rhymes, and remember yesterday I used the quote of Mem Fox, which states, if child knows 8 rhymes, nursery rhymes, before the age of 4, they are more effective readers by the time they are 8. Also, I want to finish with another quote of the day, which states that writing and reading stand on the shoulders of talking. So, which pretty much highlights the importance of oral storytelling and talking and rhymes and telling stories to children. I also mentioned stories today, that in each nursery rhyme we pretty much have a story. So we'll talk a little bit more about it when we unpack some interesting rhymes like the old lady. And in particular, the way stories can be, for example, cumulative story or repetitive refrain, like in Gingerbread Man. But so far, we covered quite a lot of interesting nursery rhymes. If you are watching it in recording, and I can see not many people are in this particular stream, but if you are watching it in recording, drop the comment whether you use different ways of saying quack, quack, quack in your language, and what other animal sounds that are not the same as in English you know. So that would be really great to discuss and introduce to children. Thank you for watching, and once again, see you tomorrow.